Hello and welcome, as today's date is the final day of June the 30th, 2019. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel where all bets, trades, and of the like, well, that's within each's own risk and obviously their own reward. With the current day down almost $1,000 on Bitcoin, or 7.7% as at 10:20 a.m. Eastern, with 9 hours and 40 minutes until the close. And amongst it, and all these levels of resistance, and the one taken off even at 4,800, none of them were levels of resistance. And when that's the case amongst Fibonacci, you usually have a decisive move to next key level, and in each case, that was what happened. Decisive move to 63, where there's no resistance, and then decisive move to 9,800, where there was no resistance, and then a decisive move to the 12,930, and there was. Managing to come up there would be test number two of that level. And if, of course, there's going to be more than a sideways time correction, a little bit of a price correction, I'd be looking for markets to. We have two levels. One, the Fibonacci, which usually pierces extra at 98.14, and this kilo at around between 8,300 and 8,800 and change. That's, of course, if we end up breaking down from this level. A lot of this is now going to move next into symmetricalness. Higher highs, higher lows rather, and lower highs. And right now it doesn't have much to end it, but it still has a higher low from this low to here. And we have a lower high from here to amongst here. And the 18 average says loading, not available. Interesting. Okay, now it's came up. And within it, there has been really no attempt to resume the trend. And this is now, it's an attempt now to revert the trend. It has already established a level of support in at 10,319, amongst, of course, the 4-hour term. And I'm on the single hour term time frame. The run from this low to this high obviously has come to an end. And now we're waiting for the 18 average of highs to load, but the 18 average of lows is in play, which has obviously broken down from in here. What's going on with this? I hope my internet's fine. It should be. It's never seen this happen so fast. It's probably on their end. Either way, it was what I was trying to say is can't remember what I was trying to say. And as it has appeared up, this was what I was going to mention. This in here, a little bit of an attempt at 4 p.m. and showing like it was ready to go for last night, but obviously didn't. And this hour here down down at 4% and down. Well, right now this hour, which is halfway through almost, it's just hanging in there right now. On the 5-minute term time frame, how long is it going to take for these 18 average to load? I mean, the charts come in fast. There we go. That was sad. And then I was even looking at the upgrade packages for the higher levels, and I mean, this is just way too expensive for what I want. I remember the last time, I think I got a good, like, Thanksgiving deal or something. It's like, and then this here doesn't help the matter, if, of course, it's on their end. Breaking down by below this level of support, as I've said, oftentimes a fast move will come into play. This one was, with no doubt, no exception. Let's move on to Litecoin. And it's in there, hanging in there within this Fibonacci, having the breakdown below Fibonacci on the 27th, coming up to the 18 average of highs yesterday, and now it's back to the 18 average of lows. Back really at an amazing, major hold area. It's not the must hold area for this move in here. It's about $4 lower, as we're going to see on the shorter term time frame. But in doing so, looking at such amongst the four, and we're waiting for everything to load. I'm waiting for it. I'll pause it. And amongst it in here, this was the failed move that I talked about yesterday. Draw the little box. And now the question is, will it stay at the congestion area? Well, this is where that support area is. Maybe we'll need another small failed move. That's a possibility, and that could happen. That's a long term. That's a parlay prediction of things that are going to happen. Meaning, it's going to go down about 121, 122. Then it's going to rally all the way back up to 133. That's your parlay, and that could happen. But a lot of things have to happen for that to occur. Well, a few. But in that being said, we can see this is a previous level of resistance. It's a pierce below where the 18 average of lows would be. And obviously, it's a big key area as we can see in here. On the single hour term, I'm just going to pause it now because it's probably going to take me like 15 seconds to load. It was actually 5. And we have the situation of this failed breakout here, which will occur the attempt from 5 o'clock in the morning. And then breaking down within Bitcoin. Here's the area of where it came from. That would be a very big hold level. Now the Bitcoin cross against Litecoin is now showing signs of a possible failed breakdown as well. Let's take a look at BTC versus LTC. And we'll start off within the single hour term time frame, which amongst it is it's a lot more bullish than the dollar one, at least on this time frame. And most certainly on this time frame, as we're going to see it look a lot bearish as we move over the daily. But this level of previous resistance in here has been where we've been supporting through the start of the end of midnight in the first few hours of the day, New York time. And then a nice little run up at 5 o'clock. And it's just been holding in there with an ascending triangle. We've already established resistance at the 1155 handle, which was first tested here at 1300 hours yesterday. Retested again on the 5 o'clock hour. And it's just congesting and staying in there. That's a strong sign. So I think within what's going on within such that, yes, Litecoin is falling within Bitcoin against the dollar. Markets have been bullish this year, and like I've said, all sell-offs are guilty until proven innocent. And the last time, it will be innocent, but it's going to be guilty every time until then. And as I see this again, within how I look at the last few periods, I think it looks really nice there. On the 4 hour term, there's the slowness of the market. Now it's taken a while to load the charts even. So what I'll do is I'll finish it off within this, and I'll find out on my upload if it's my speed of the internet. If it takes about 30-40% longer to upload, then I know it's my computer. If not, then I know it's TradingView. So I'll find that out in the next 15-20 minutes on my end. All right, so there we have the downtrend as we were boom, all the way down. And this is a 4 hour term time frame. This is going from June 11th over the last 19 days, almost 3 weeks, continuously down. And now on its, well, I guess you can call it its second attempt to get over. It's doing its best job. I guess there was a lame-ass attempt here on June 19th. But after this continuous down move, the market did slow down in here with this nice three green candle push up higher, close to the 18 average of highs, and then grinding and showing weakness amongst the 18 lows. But after, well, if you look at the weakness in here, you see, okay, several periods just in a downtrend. Okay, this is a bullish bearish situation, a little higher of a green candle than a bear would have wanted. And the fact that it paused, it wasn't too big. But here, this was like the omen at like getting close to the 18 average of highs in here. You'd be like, okay, this was where it was supposed to break down on a bearish level. So we can see in here that, well, it didn't do that. Just the message of the market, what's happened since. Well, nice green candle up, a pause, nice green candle up, and a combination of 5 pause periods altogether, really. Or just repeating, just ranging the exact same period, matching the highs and lows for the last, as we play through. This last period is having a pause move. Hour and 28 minutes in, so it's well past the halfway. It's getting close to the 3/4 way in 28 minutes. So a nice little pause period showing that there wouldn't be a surprise if this thing ends up having a break above it. And if it goes to this, then if Bitcoin from here on in breaks even, then Litecoin will have a good gain. If Bitcoin goes down, then Litecoin will hold in against the dollar. And if Bitcoin goes up against the dollar, well, if this goes higher, Litecoin will have a more phenomenal move against such. And to wrap it up, for evidence on the move, let's take a look at the short-term time frame in the 5 minute, which has had a lot of this little resistance here at around the 11.5 handle. It's also the area now where the 18 average of highs is. And it hasn't been an area where it's traded much, as it had just a portion of this. Let's even take a look at the one then to see how much it's trading above it. And we have a few bit here, an okay amount here, resisting it completely here. And back in here, it wasn't much, just intra-minute. One complete minute and a portion of 2 other minutes. So I'm just going to push this to fast forward. There we go. So yeah, so therefore I want to see it hold and stay above 1150 handle for probably more than a half hour to an hour. And in doing such, then that would give me a lot of indication that it might be ready to get going. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.